Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Regional Week. Crest High School, Regional Week. Yes, sir.
Yes,
we finally made it. Regional Week. December football, Omar. We are here, and we haven't had that in Crest High School in a long time.
It's been a while. Feels good.
Oh, it does. It feels great. It's like we never left.
Hey, it's like riding a bike.
You got it right.
Get the oil off the oil on the chain.
Yeah, that's right.
Get it going.
It takes a little while. feels like old times. So,
yes.
Huge victories Friday night in Belmont, South Point, 28-14. Crest Chargers prevail. It wasn't the prettiest game, but at this time you survive and advance, Omar.
That's it, man. I mean, guys come together, make plays when you have to, and like I say, especially playing up there, it's always tough. But you try to eliminate the things that you can, to where you can't put it in the hands of other people. Man, you just got to play ball, and that's what they did.
Yeah, I might be in the minority, but I think that's probably the hardest place to play in the state. It's one of the top three. Yeah. It's extremely hard to get a win in Belmont. I think Crest's last win in Belmont was 2018 at the first game of the year.
That's right.
I think they defeated South Point 28-11, I believe, that game. So it's been a while for the Chargers to be victorious in Belmont, so that's how hard it is. And we've had some really good teams over those years to go to Belmont and take an L. But we finished the season sweep of South Point this year, and that is very rare these days, because they're a hard team, and they're a gritty team. And
you play them twice?
Yes. It's a good week to be a Crest Charger. So you got another one this week. We'll dive into that a little bit later on in the broadcast, but first we'll bring on Coach Greg Lloyd, and I believe we got a guest tonight.
I think we do.
We got the heavy hitter club.
In the green room back there?
That's the green room.
Okay.
The heavy hitter club tonight.
Hey.
So, we'll take a commercial break, be right back to discuss the victorious 28-14 victory over the South Point Red Raiders. We're regional bound. Be back.
They're everywhere. Your yard, your kitchen, your bedroom. Invading your home and property, spreading disease, and destroying everything in their path. If you don't act, they'll multiply, crawling ever closer to you and your family. The only thing they fear is the web. Nealon Cole Termite and Pest Control. Call today for their new service special and save $25. Bugs, beware of the web.
Too hot or too cold? When it comes to heating and air conditioning, homeowners should never settle for being uncomfortable. CSI Mechanical is a local company with over 60 years of experience, specializing in perfect comfort solutions for your home or business. We're the exclusive supplier of Trane products in the area, and our pricing is competitive and fair. If your system is in need of repair, a replacement, or a tune-up, give CSI Mechanical a call today for your perfect comfort solution.
Welcome back to Inside the Stables with the Crest Chargers, sponsored by Nealon Cole Termite Pest Control, Moisture and Water Control, the regional episode of the Inside the Stables with the Crest Chargers. So if you haven't heard, victory last Friday night, 28-14 over the South Point Red Raiders. We'll bring in now the head coach, Greg Lloyd, and back by popular demand. Popular demand, Frank Toms, the defensive coordinator of your Crest Chargers. You don't know how many people's asked, when's Coach Toms going to come back?
I don't. How many people have asked that?
Numerous.
Maybe three.
Numerous people.
The same person 3 times.
So welcome back, Frank. Coach.
Good to be here.
Got a good victory, big game to go down there in Belmont and get a win. It's like me and Omar talked about earlier. It's very hard to win down there.
It's an extremely hard place to play, and they play better there, just to be quite honest with you. And it's a tough place to play. But I was really pleased with how it all turned out. Obviously, was able to win, and we did something we've not done all year, and that was come back in the second half, and it was down a touchdown, and outscored them 21-0 in the second half. So I think that bodes well for us moving forward. But pleased with the entire team. I thought the defense played exceptional. they scored 2 times on us, and one of them was a very short field after a botched punt. So, I mean, we did a great job, and Coach Toms and his staff, wonderful job. And, offensively, we got it done in the second half, made some plays, and we had some, few guys hurt, banged up. We was able to cover for them a little bit, and they're getting a little healthier now, so we're looking forward to that. But just really pleased with our entire team, and to advance to the 5A Western Final, that's a big deal, and I'm happy with how we're playing.
Yeah, it was based off the last game we played, South Point, in October. You knew that you were going to get their best shot.
Sure.
They have very motivated.
They got pride there. They got a
Absolutely.
strong program, and Crest and South Point have played a lot of football against each other through the years, and I think the respect goes both ways, and that's kind of how the game went. I thought it was a clean game, and I thought both teams played really hard.
Yep, I thought it was a well officiated game and a clean game on both sides. So, Coach Toms, we'll we bring you back when you have a really good performance the Friday before. So, and plus people were asking you to come back. So, Coach Toms, talk about the game Friday night. You shut them out the second half, and that's a feat in itself.
I think that was the biggest thing that we were concerned about, because last time we played them, even though it was 28-0 at halftime, like, we came out of the second half and they scored. Now, it did take a long time for them to do it, but they still scored at halftime. Ashbrook was another situation where, they scored right before halftime, but for me, the one that coming out of halftime was the one that was more important. And then, who else? Concord and East Lincoln both kind of made some drives coming out of halftime. So that was our biggest thing coming into this game, was coming out of halftime has to be better. First half, we knew South Point was going to come out and they were going to try to hit us in the mouth, and they were going to be in a situation where they were going to get a drive. And then we obviously had the botched punt. Short field for them is, we're just trying to make them kick a field goal. They end up getting in the end zone. But for me, it was what it was, because after that, there wasn't as much going on for them. And the biggest thing that we preached at halftime was hey, obviously there are adjustments that we made, but we have to get a stop, either a stop or a turnover coming out of halftime right now, because it was different with the other teams. We were up on them. This time, we weren't up. They come out of halftime and drive down the field, take 7 minutes and go up another touchdown. We're probably not sitting here right now.
Yeah.
Right? So they answered the call with that, made them get in a situation where they felt like they needed to do something different, fake the field goal, we get the interception. That was huge. And then I think they took pride in, let's just make sure that they don't score again. Just keep getting the offense the ball as much as we can. At some point, they're going to get in the end zone. And that's what happened, and that's the mentality we got to keep going with.
I thought one of the bigger plays was right before halftime when Pluto Surratt intercepted that pass.
Oh yeah, that was.
And not saying, I think there was maybe 30 seconds left in the half. Not saying we were going to go down and score, but to keep them from scoring to go up 21-7 was huge.
That was a huge play, because that kind of baited him into that throw too, because he kind of felt like he was open, but we knew he was going to rotate up to that spot, and just not having a passive attitude about that was huge, because I think in other games we've had a passive attitude towards those type of throws. We're supposed to rotate up and take that guy, but sometimes we're just kind of, I'm going to just go knock it down, versus being aggressive and going to get in the ball. And I think those types of plays are the ones that get you to the regional final and possibly moving on.
I thought it was a good whole defensive effort too. The defensive line was really getting after it. I thought the second half you could see it all come together, and they all played well and played off each other.
Yeah, I think that was our biggest thing. It was the second half, we just have to be better. We can't come out with this thought process of oh, it's the second half, it's just gonna fold in and just gonna happen for us, So that we take that moving forward. I told them now we have to play like that the entire game, and not give up so many different big plays and things like that. It's make people earn what they get, and if they get one drive, it happens. But, making sure that we're keeping it under 21 preferably is the goal for sure.
And they certainly did that Friday night. I'm just going to say this, I haven't talked to you guys since then, but I know y'all don't hear it on the sidelines. Y'all probably take a lot of heat as far as coaches go on play calls and doing stuff.
Ain't no way.
The coaching staff did an outstanding job making adjustments Friday night from the first half to the second half. I mean, all of you should be commended and a very good job.
I appreciate it.
Second half, halftime, I think a lot of it was just getting because we're usually not behind at halftime,
Yep.
so that was a big thing, and just getting them calmed down and realize we got 24 minutes and we played a lot of good football this year. And like I said, I know defense staff, Coach Thomas' defense staff did a great job just getting them back ready to go in the second half, and we shut them out in the second half. And then offensively, it's kind of the same thing. We kind of found a few little things. We had corrected a few assignments up front and got that fixed. We protected a little better. We run blocked a little better, and we ran the ball hard and found end zone a few times. So it really was a good second half.
It seems like on two things on offense that South Point's defense was a little different coming out first of the game. That something we haven't seen very much.
Yeah, they played us differently. They played us differently. They completely changed their scheme, which they did a good job. Like I told their coaches after the game, y'all did a fantastic job because we kind of had our way with them the first time we played, and they were completely different. And they ran a 5-man front. They ran tight press man. They sent pressure. And they did a good job, and it kind of got us out of our game there a little bit. But we kind of self-imploded there a couple times early. We had a couple penalties down there in the red zone, and we didn't score early. And we had a good opportunity to score the first 2 times we had the ball. But, hey, I'm glad. I like the way the game turned out. I like that we came back and won, and I think, like I said, that'll help us moving forward.
Defensively, Frank, I thought you after halftime, you took the pitch away off from South Point. They were kind of living good on that pitch in the first half, and in the second half, you just come out and kind of took that away and made them kind of a one-dimensional. And then they made them had to pass when we got up. Yeah,
that was something that, looking at the first game, we didn't really have much of a trouble with. I thought that we had more trouble in the first game with the fullback and the dives and stuff like that. And then South Point is also one of those teams that, when they find something, they're going to keep doing it. Yeah. I mean, that's what that offense is predicated on: find the weakness and then keep running it. And they did a good job of scheming up, getting our pitch guy further out of the box, and so that block is a little bit different, so the wing doesn't have to go get it. It's just he just steps up 2-3 yards and he's taking that on. And we needed to do a better job of shedding that block outside. Sometimes the backside, you saw Pluto on one play come from the backside and get a tackle for loss on the pitch man. Like, that doesn't happen if we don't try our hardest to get off the block on the outside to kind of hold it up a little bit. So definitely just a small tweak, because what we didn't want was obviously the fullback falling for 5 to 6. So we made sure that didn't happen. We didn't want quarterback to pull it and turn it up for 15, because Blee's really good at that. And I think what we did want was to get it to the pitch, which they did. But for us, the first half, it was we got to get off the blocks a little better. So we kind of made the adjustment, moved their alignment a little bit, slid the alignment of the backside safety a little bit, and it helped us, obviously. And then they had to get out there and throw it around a little bit. That helps us a lot too.
Yeah,
so.
That's definitely a different offense that you have to attack that you see, during the year. So, again, victory 28-14 Crest Chargers. We'll go over the highlights now, guys. You all ready?
Ready to roll.
All right, Alan, you ready?
Yes. Love it. This was early. That was Javion putting his whole body into that. But I mean, it kind of had to be done because we needed to get that ball out.
Yeah, that was a big play.
Yeah, hit him with the shoulder.
Yeah. As far as we can tell, that looked pretty.
We really needed, that ball didn't need to be called.
Right.
And You know, it's either that or punching it out, but one of the two has got balls got to come out.
All right, we're going to run a back boot right here. It should go to Brock Melton on the drag. Good play. Brock had a couple big catches. That's one of them right there. I think we look pretty sharp out there in our white jersey and green pants.
Yes, sir.
3-screen right out here to Jason Black. Oh, I had to get on our receivers a little bit here with it. And we've struggled on this play all year, but we keep trying to run it, and it worked. That was a big time to run. We need to do a little bit better job blocking downfield. I think he was shocked that it worked.
Dead stop.
So, and one of our G-trap plays to the quarterback, Eli Hamrick. Get some big yards right there. Same look right here. We're going in this, we call it tight super cowboy. We're going to sprint out right and run a little flood right out there and hit Michael Edwards. Michael had a big game. It's good protection right there. Good throw and catch.
This was one that was hurting us a little bit.
Ooh.
That's where Donnie comes in, and it's finishing the play like that is what's really necessary.
Good hit. Good tackle. Here we go.
Just the rotation up.
That's beautiful.
Those are the ones that you always get a chance like that if you're rolling up kind of late. Quarterback doesn't necessarily notice that you're there. And those are the ones that sometimes we be a little passive. He was aggressive, and that was beautiful. Another pitch. That's the one I was talking about earlier. That's the one where Javion comes down, and he helps us a lot by just making it stutter and go sideways and not be able to turn up. Big by Donnie here.
Another good tackle.
Dodging it. I think those are back to back.
Here's a field goal.
The thing about this field goal, I think that made us kind of understand it might be a fake, is the fact that we didn't think that he could make it from that far.
That's what I was thinking.
I thought he might kick it out of bounds as well.
That changed the tide.
That changed
right
everything.
there.
That was a big second half play.
Scored in 2 plays.
So here's a G-trap. Jason hits a nice cutback. That's pretty. Touchdown.
4th down, going in. Just gave up a big play too, not too long ago. They had a big long ball, snuck the receiver out on us like a slot hot type deal. This is 4th down. We know who's getting the ball. It's either going to be 33 or 5. 5 goes and follows. We get a great squeeze by Stowe right there. And we did not let him go forward, which was the best part. Stowe kind of grabbed him and leaned back, trying to pull it out. So,
all right, quarterback sweeps, direct snap to Michael. Eli's leading him out there, and then he cuts up. Michael, we need to find a way to get Michael some touches as the game went on, because he makes so many good plays, and that was just the easy way to put him back there and let him snap him the ball, and he made something happen.
Another one here. Big interception by Pluto.
Direct snap again.
Eli out there.
Yep,
Out of there.
Michael making big plays. Michael's a senior. He's made a bunch of them this year, and that was a big play.
All right, that was the highlights of the Crest South Point victory over South Point, 28-14. Coach Toms, you got defensive players of the week?
Yeah, defensive players of the week are Pluto Surratt with his 3 interceptions, and Donovan Walton with, I think he had 2 tackles for loss, interception, a couple pass deflections. So big night for Donnie and Pluto.
Both those guys played exceptional.
Oh, yeah.
Played really good.
Lights
really good.
out.
Coach Lloyd, the offensive player to get with.
Yeah, we're going to give it to one we just saw score the last 2 touchdowns there, Michael Edwards. He come up big for us, and I think he's won it a time or two this year, but definitely very deserving from Friday's game. So Michael Edwards is our offensive player of the game.
Congratulations to the guys, players of the week, very well deserved, and a great team victory Friday night at South Point. After the commercial messages, we will preview the regional final, Hickory Red Tornadoes. We'll be back in a few.
At Healthy Touch Home Care, we bring professional, personalized home health care right to your door. With non-skilled nurses, certified aides, and hearts that truly care. We are proud supporters of Crest High football.
Healthy Touch Home Care, care with a gentle touch. Come join our team. Shelby, Gaston, your Forest City. Go Chargers!
Welcome back to the regional edition of the Inside the Stable with the Crest Chargers. We head into the regional week, regional finals. Crest has not been in a regional final, I believe, since 2015 at Concord.
That is correct.
I believe my crack staff looked it up and told me what that was. And it's we go back to South Point. That's the first victory Crest has had since 2018, the first game of that year there. So it's been a while for that and for December football for the Crest Chargers. So. Coach, we got the Hickory Red Tornadoes, a team that we've seen last year, and didn't work out our way last year, but we see them again, and this is a trip to the state title game on the line.
Yeah, it's obviously a huge game, and we're excited for the opportunity to go back and play there. We were there last year. They beat us, and it was a pretty competitive game, but they're a seasoned program. I think I looked today; they're 42-2. Their last 44 games, they're used to winning, and that's a big test for us. But they have a fine football team and a strong program, and they got home field on Friday night, so they got a lot going for them. But we got a lot going for us too, and we're playing good football. And I know our kids are excited for another opportunity to play those guys, but it's going to be a big test for sure.
Yeah, I think Coach Glass has done a great job with that program up there over the years as he's been there, and they're always in the mix. They're always there at the end, and state champions, and you say they're 42-2. They have won 12 straight this year. They are 12-1. They lost the opening game to South Point and rolled for 12 victories in a row. So, and
even saying that, when you say, they played South Point first game of the year. Mm-hmm. They don't ever play South Point, and they lost 27-25. It just shows you they know how to play football, and they're a very good team.
I believe they went for two that game to tie it up and then got denied. So they also played East Lincoln, who's in their conference. They are 8-0 in the conference, the Western Foothills 4A, 5A conference. So, they've seen a couple teams that we've seen this year, and like I said, we've seen them last year. So it's kind of they've graduated a lot of kids on their offensive side of the ball, but they were basically reloaded with just as good of players or better this year. So it's going to be a test. And Coach Toms, what do you see defensively looking at their offense?
I see this. It's about the same as last year. They're explosive. They can get the ball to any number of the five guys out there between the four receivers and the running back. Like you say, they definitely reloaded going off of last year, like giving up 63 and 600 yards of offense was gut-wrenching. And, I told the kids today, obviously with that, I take the blame, and that's something that we're not letting happen again, because in my mind, it wasn't necessarily them doing anything any different than what we had practiced. It was just kind of us not playing it the way that we were usually playing it. And I think that I told them, we have to be more prepared, which that's on me, but at the same time, we have to play harder as players this time around, because if we don't, the same thing could happen, and that's not something that we want to happen, and that's not something that the guys want to happen. I think the difference is going to be, or the focus is going to be a lot different this time around than it was last year for sure, because I think they see the light at the end of the tunnel this time versus last year. So yeah, I think that offensively they're going to do what they did last year. We just got to be more prepared, and we got to play it better.
Yeah. The last year's defeat at the end, it left bad taste in everybody's mouth. It always does. You know, when your season gets done like that, it kind of leaves a bad taste in everybody's mouth. And we had a lot of guys returning this year, so they remember that game and they remember how it went down. And, you know, like Coach Lloyd said, it was a very competitive game. You know, right there. It went either way there at the end.
We moved the ball on and scored some points, but we did not score in the fourth quarter, and we had a couple of turnovers late, and you know, so it was a total team. You know how you win as a team, lose as a team. And it was really both sides. You know, wasn't our best, but you know. Hopefully this year we'll be a little more ready to roll, and we're awfully excited about it. What'd you think about them, Big O?
I mean, like Frank was saying, they got, you know, some explosive guys. They're gonna try to get it out to some of their players, you know, guys that can make plays. But I just feel like guys are locked in, and like I said, they had that the taste from last year. But then and the focus is just different. You know, even playing that game last year, you had, you know, another 2 games after that. But this one, just knowing like, focusing on this one, and then you're one game away from where you want to be. Yeah. And from what the taste from what happened last year, I think the guys just like the game plan that we got for defensively, and just the guys, man, it's a different focus out there. It's a different focus, and they're locked in. They're gonna be ready to play.
And we know Hickory will be ready to play.
Absolutely.
And they'll bring their best shot. They're home field. And
for sure.
It's going
to be a great one for sure.
It's going to be a barn burner. So can't wait to watch and can't wait to get there. And it's going to be chilly.
A little bit.
It's going to be a little cold. But it was cold. It was cold Friday at South Point.
It was cold.
So, you know.
You want to be playing these games when it's cold, so that's exciting.
Absolutely. Like I said, December football, we hadn't had it around here in a while, and, you know, it feels great. It feels great. So, we'll take a trip up to Hickory Friday and see how we fare. And like I said, you know, they're a great team, great coaching staff they have, and, you know, it's you know, it's going to be a tall task. But I like how we're playing right now, and I hope both teams bring their A game, and that's where you need it in the regional finals.
Yep, and I'm looking forward to another thing. Last Friday, I thought our fans were great.
Oh yeah,
they really it really helped the team, and I know we'll get more of the same this week. And it was just a great atmosphere, and it really helped us last Friday.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the crowd when we came out, guys came out from halftime, they were just.
They were
just lit, and they were clapping and cheering, and I think the kids fed off of that.
They
did. They do make a difference. You know, that's you know, we kids give them stuff to cheer about, but
that's right.
They kind of have to reciprocate sometimes to get them going. And,
it was good.
They were great. It was the best crowd of the year, I think, last week. So let's duplicate that, make it even better Friday night up at Hickory. Get your tickets now. Coach, got anything else to say on the regional week?
I'm just proud of our kids and proud of our coaches, and love our Crest community coming out and supporting the football program. And it's another one of those big weeks and big games at the end of the week, and we're one win away from having a chance to play for the state championship. So Hickory's feeling the same way, and this is why we line up and play.
That's right.
So it's going to be a good one.
Let's line them up and see. So, Frank, you got anything to add there to the end?
Yeah, I'm just excited about it. As far as I've ever been as a coach, been this far as a player before, but as a coach, I haven't been this far. So it's exciting to think about. Exciting to see that, you know, we're one step away from the goal at the beginning of the year. Just excited for the kids and everything. Just, really excited.
Yeah, the goal at the beginning of the year is to always play at the last possible game you can.
Yep.
That's it.
That's what's in front of us now. So, Coach O, you got anything? Parting words?
Hey, go Chargers. Time to go, man.
That's right. Let's go. It's for Frank Thomas, Greg Lloyd, Omar Porter. Let's go Chargers.
Go Chargers, brother.
Be loud.
Chargers.